Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Ham Radio Basics Live, Season 2, Episode 21, Ham Radio News and Updates, 7/17/2024. Everyone is doing well this evening. Day after my birthday. I had the second anniversary of my 33rd birthday yesterday, and happy to have another trip around the sun. And very grateful to God. Cooley, welcome. Good to see you tonight. And UTV and Ham, welcome. Thank you guys for stopping by tonight. Got some things to talk about tonight. You know, one of the big things is, you guys know it's Amazon Prime Day yesterday and today, and there are some deals out there. There's a couple of videos I'm going to point out to you if you want to still take advantage. They're still good through, I guess, midnight tonight is when it ends. So you definitely want to take a look at that. Did not have a chance to, and because my work schedule has been absolutely crazy. I wanted to get together my video for the Zyger 6200, and it just is not, time is not cooperating. Andy, welcome. Good to see you tonight. I just haven't had time. It just has been absolutely crazy, insane. Of course, it was my granddaughter's birthday last week. It was my wife's birthday last week. It was my birthday yesterday. So this weekend we went out for dinner and we dropped some serious coin there last week or over the weekend. And yeah, it's just been, and then with what transpired on Saturday and everything, I'm going to talk about that a little bit towards the end. So, all right, just going to kind of dive into it here. What I've started to do now, and it's easier for me to go ahead and put some more meaningful articles and information up there, is to do this on my Ham Radio Basics group page. So please go out there, watch them. It's a lot better than Twitter. I mean, I still put content out on Twitter, of course, but it's easier for me for the live stream to do it on the group page. So, and I'll eventually start putting that out on the page as well too. So, all right, we're just going to go ahead and get started here. Let's kind of jump in here. Okay, here we go. All right. Morning DX, my favorite portable ham radio setup. That's Walt, and that is just an absolute, Walt just, he just cranks out one great video after another. Definitely, you want to check it out. He said he really loves to do it in the morning, and when he was off on the weekend, he gave us an example of that. So, Myth, double your ham radio range, 5 watt or 10 watt. That's another great video right there. A lot of the pros and cons, and definitely that's something you want to watch. Okay, now here's Hayden. Best ham radio Amazon Prime Day 2024 deals. And he did another follow-up video to this as well. Definitely want to watch those if you're looking for some things on Amazon to get some deals. There are some out there. Just, I'm going to say this. You can find a lot of accessories on Amazon. You do have to look for them, though. They're not readily apparent, and a lot of them are third-party sellers. They're not actually sold by Amazon, so beware of that. And a lot of times, like if you find like name brand radios, say like a Yaesu FTD5, that price is going to be heavily inflated, and more than likely it's from Ham Radio Outlet. I'm sorry. More than likely it's from Ham Radio Outlet, and they're probably going to tack on about another $100 onto that. So I don't know many people that do that, but it's just a word of warning. But Amazon, I am able to get a lot of things, like my go bag that I have for my 705. I purchased almost everything from Amazon. Very few exceptions. I was able to get everything. They are good for some small accessories too, for like coax connectors, Y connectors, power pole type connectors. I got some throw weights there. I got the bag there. I got little baggies there. I was able to get a lot out there. So, and then that's of course tonight's live stream here. This gentleman here, look what just showed up on my bench. I love New Ham Radio Day, at least for me. Came across a deal, couldn't pass up. So I got just done detailing the front, pulling the covers to dust out and clean the fans. Found very little. Doing the Mars mod, yes. I have an Army Mars ATO and updating the firmware now. So congratulations on that. Let's pull it up here. That's a very nice find. You find something like that, you definitely want to take advantage of that. Okay. You know, writing things down on paper really helps. And, almost all the time at work, when I'm working, obviously I'm online all day, but I also have a tablet with me because I diagram things out. And I'll never forget, I had a professor back in college, and one of the things he said to do was to play what he called paper computer and write it out and go through it on paper before you code it. And I've kind of translated that into doing that in a lot of my projects. So Kaylin Catalone, welcome. Good to see you tonight. Thank you for stopping by. But you can see quarter wave, dipole, quarter wave, Earth feed. Very interesting. That's very, very interesting here. Okay. Mission fully accomplished. 10 to 80 doublet with DIY ladder. Just need to figure out how to make a choke for open ladder before entering the shack. Looking forward to NVIS. Man, that heat today makes me feel old. Yeah. And well, lately in Florida for us, I'll show you a picture of that. That's a pretty nice setup right there. I really like that. Yeah, for us here in Florida, not only have we had the heat, we've had rain, and we had a drought for like 2 months, 3 months. Now, like in June and July, we've had probably enough. We probably had at least 3 or 4 months worth of rain these past couple of months. It's just been crazy every day. Gentleman's looking for a replacement for his TYT TH. My eyes, 9800D, and good luck on that. That's all I'm going to say. Interesting here. This gentleman, it looks like he's gonna. This is by his shack, and he put it in this breaker box, and he's asking for advice on how to get rid of noise around there. So yeah, good luck on that. That probably is the number one enemy of ham radios in a house. Is if your shack's in a house is electronics noise. That's just going to be part and parcel here. Lots of nano VNA devices on sale right now for the Amazon Prime days. There were quite a few out there. Some are on sale, but you have to watch, especially with these, because a lot of these are cheap Chinese knockoffs. I'd refer you to like Steve, temporarily offline. He has several of them, and there's a couple he really likes. And I would definitely suggest that you look at some of his videos. And there's a link to one of the videos he's talking about getting like covers for them. And what I mean by covers, like the cases you would get for the small external hard drives, those are perfect for those nano cases as well. But he also lists those in that video. So these are some of the ones that he has. So definitely you want to be careful with items like that. This guy's right here. Should I clean things up? I don't know. I can find everything where it's at right now. It's just, yeah. Okay. All right. And I love seeing building a portable setup in an ammo box. This is really cool. I love seeing this, and it takes a lot of skill to do this. This is something not for the faint of heart, that's for sure. That looks really good. He did a real good job with that. And this gentleman here, he replaced his radio head in his car, and he's getting some noise here, and he's trying to find out how he can find out where the noise is coming from. So that's interesting here. Looks like 20 meters has been really kind of jumping lately. This gentleman was able to make a boatload of contacts on 20, so that's really cool. CQ Field Day, pushing and shoving total strangers out of the way to be first in line. Thanking total strangers for an opportunity to talk to them and wishing them well. Yeah, it's the old adage. I thought that was a good meme to post here today. And this gentleman says, Earth Moon is so yesterday. With this, I expect to get a bounce off of Mars. Yeah, that's pretty good. Arduino, Morse code, auto messenger, and auto keyer. It's real interesting here. My manager is in a band. My work manager, and he just built one of these to do a bass pedal for drums, and he can do solo gigs now because he would usually have to have a drummer with him, but he said now with him building this, he's able to get a bass drummer out of it, running it through his MIDI. So that's real interesting, and more power to people that can do this. And it's open code as far as the source is concerned. So yeah. Great video from Steve. Protect your instrument. Okay. And these cases I was talking about. These are the cases that he recommends and has available. And that would be something if you want to get an idea of great ones, Steve has tested a number of them, and he has links for them in the description on the video. So it's something you want to check out. But you also, and I highly recommend you want to get one of these cases because you can't carry that around and carry it out when you're out in the field, just in a plastic pouch. You got to carry it in give it some kind of protection. So and here's again, this is Hayden's video on Amazon Day Deals. And then Michael had an adventure. He went to 5 parks. 4 of them he was never at before, while his wife was doing some other things. And I love his videos. It's a great vlog style that Michael has. Really enjoy that. You definitely want to check that out here. And then Hayden did a follow-up video, day 2 for Amazon sales. And again, there are of course, there's Baofangs and other Chinese radios out there, but there are some good deals out there. You do need to look, and you definitely want to watch that video for that. Okay. Walt did a video on his mobile ham shack. He loves his Jeep. And in fact, he had told me when I had him on the show, he's thinking about doing a channel. Jan, welcome. Good to see you tonight. He's thinking about doing a channel on his Jeep. And I told him, I said, well, I got one on my Tundra, so go for it. He's very much a Jeep aficionado, and he's making it a nice portable setup for his ham radio. So you definitely want to check that out. There really is a mobile ham shack for him. Okay, Jason did a great video here on Radtel RT470X tri-band radio. And it works on 2-meter, 220, 400. Give it a watch. You'll learn about this. Definitely. That's something you definitely want to do. Great video from Josh on FCC, how the FCC finds radio pirates, jammers, and interference generators. It's worth your while watching this. It's very educational, and Josh did a great job on this. And there's another one, best mid-price ham radio handheld, VGC VR N76 APRS and SSTV. So that's something you definitely want to check out as well. Our good friend from Mike K at MRD, now Ham Radio Tube. 2 really awesome EDC flashlights from Olight. You probably want to check those out. And then a great tutorial here from Smoking Ape. How do I hook it up? Ham Shack 101, Ape Answers, episode 006. Great series that he's putting out there. And it's really, really very educational. You do want to maybe definitely check this out and bookmark some of these. And if you know of any new hams, point them in Ape's direction, because these are great basic functional videos, and I like this kind of stuff. This is very good. It's very, very, very worthwhile. Okay, and that's all I have on this. I do want to bring up, I'm going to hopefully look for a picture if I can find it here, from yesterday. Let's see if I can find out. I'm trying to find this here. Okay, I know where I'm going to find this. Okay, quite a few of you, I think you know, I'm originally from the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area, and Butler, Pennsylvania is, it's about, not quite 45, 50 minutes outside of Pittsburgh. It's a small community, but it's a very down home type community, if that makes any sense. It's the kind where you still could probably have a drink on the porch. Um, it reminds you a lot of Mayberry back in the day. Just very quintessential American. Um, almost no crime up there to speak of. Just good people, good hardworking Americans up there that just they love life. They they love football. They love sports up there. They have great football teams up there. Just very down home community. I can't emphasize that enough. It's just really down to earth. Well, everybody knows Saturday what happened, but one of the things I wanted to add a couple of perspectives here. One of my best friends from high school, she had tickets in the VIP section, which would have been behind the president, and her brother-in-law passed away. So unfortunately, she had to turn those tickets down. She couldn't go, which ended up being a real blessing in disguise for her and her husband. Another friend of mine and his wife did go. Now they sat, and I'm going to show you a picture. Now they sat in the bleachers over to the right. And let me see if I can bring this up here. Okay. All right. Now this is where my cursor is right here. I think if you can see that, that's where the president was, and this is where they were. They were a couple of rows behind that here. And I'm going to read what my friend wrote. I redacted it because I didn't want to share his name, but I did want to share what he said. This is my vantage point from the Trump rally. I'm in the top row of the bleachers, last seat on the left, looking at the bleachers, my wife sitting next to me. I feel truly blessed because we had just sat down when the shooting started. A gentleman standing 8 feet in front of us lost his life, and several children and women were covered in blood. We can only pray that these children will be able to get past this traumatic experience. In the 30 seconds that it took from start to finish gunfire, all I could think about was my wife's safety. Thank God for his protective presence in keeping us unharmed. His wife said, to clarify, we were sitting in a row or two behind the people holding the black umbrellas in the picture, not in the set of bleachers directly behind the president. She wanted to clarify that. And I sat with my friend and his wife at our high school reunion. Just wonderful guy, absolutely wonderful, heart and soul. Just a great guy. Absolutely love him. Played softball with him while I was in high school. We had a softball. He was on our softball team. Just loves baseball. Still lives in the Pittsburgh area. Just a down home, down to earth guy. And the gentleman who was killed was 8 feet in front of him. All right. It really kind of brings things home, puts things in perspective. And UTV and Ham, thanks for so much for stopping by. Appreciate that tonight. I know you're probably already gone. Really kind of puts things in perspective, especially for me, that, I knew these people. My friend from both of these are good friends from high school, very good friends. One, in fact, is my best friend from high school, and really kind of puts things in perspective. And I hope we get things figured out here in this country. It's just, we need to stop the rhetoric. We need to just, level set, and we need to hit the reset pause and the reset button here in this country. And I know a lot of things are being said, and there's a lot of investigation to go on, and hopefully we'll find all the truth. And what I'm talking about, not what the media says, but what the real truth is. And we're just hopeful of that. We're thankful that the president's okay, and we're also very thankful that there weren't more than 3 people injured. I know it's devastating and traumatic that 3 people were injured, and one was unfortunately passed away. But it could have been a whole lot worse. So we're thankful for that. So, all right, just kind of wanted to touch base on that, especially since I'm from that area, and that area is very familiar and near and dear to me. And just want to let you know there are some wonderful, God-fearing people in that area who love the Lord, and I know there's a lot of ham radio guys there too, and they're just salt of the earth, just wonderful. It's the kind of place, if Western Pennsylvania wasn't in the snow and the cold during the winter, that would be an ideal retirement place to go to. It's just so quintessential American, and just down home, down to earth. Can't say enough about that. So yeah. So all right, it's kind of all I got for tonight, unfortunately. But we got some things coming up. Huntsville's coming up in August, which is next month. Okay. And also next month is the ham radio convention over in Tokyo. I think it's called the Tokyo Fair. And that's where ICOM is going to reveal the radio that we saw at Hamvention this year. So, we saw the parts. Now we'll see the real deal. More than likely, I'm really thinking it's going to be something like Flex Radio. It's going to be an SDR type of radio. We'll see. But, that's what a lot of people are saying, and I'm thinking that's probably the truth. Don't know if we're going to get to Huntsville or not, because I'm, trying to juggle vacation time and, with wanting to see the kids probably over the holidays this year. And I don't know if we'll be able to get there. I'm also trying desperately to get everything lined up to get my oral surgery taken care of. A lot of I'm going to be getting implants top and bottom, and it's going to be a real process. So yeah, especially arranging for the funding for that. So yeah, pray that I can hit the lottery. That would be really good. But on a couple other notes, I am going to get that 6200 video. I'm going to work on that over the weekend. I'm very impressed with it. Okay. Very impressed with it. So, and I can tell you right now, from my impressions, from my first couple uses of it, it's a radio you would probably want to get. Okay. And I'll talk about that more in the video, but just wanted to let you know, my overall initial impressions are very good, very favorable. One of the things that I was really impressed about that was, how people are having to put heat sinks on the 6100. I had this on for about 2.5, 3 hours. It was warm to the touch, but it wasn't like the 6100, where it would you would probably almost get burned by it. It was warm, but it wasn't like that. So I think the heat sink that they have on there, they've done a real good job with that and dissipating the heat real well. I was really pleased with that. Made a contact. I mean, I think I made a couple of contacts. I'm going to review some of the footage, but I know 100% I made one. It was just one of those days. I mean, I could hear really well, on several of the bands. But QRP is a challenge. It's part of the thing that I like about QRP is the low wattage and trying to get out there and make some contacts. But I did hear somebody in Germany, and I did hear somebody in Quebec. So that was very good. I mean, my antenna was spot on. I used a Chameleon MPass 2.0 vertical. Was absolutely spot on with that. So, all right, guys. Well, I want to thank you for stopping by tonight. Andy was here. KLINT. Chris was here tonight. Jan's here tonight. Gary Strong. Thank all you guys for stopping by. I really appreciate that. I got that. Like I said, I'm going to get working on the video. I got another one in the can, or not in the can, but I am working on it as well. So stay tuned for that. It's been a little slow because work's been 55, 60 hours a week. It's been absolutely crazy. And it's like this on my drone channel. It's like this on my Tundra channel as well. Just trying to get things picked up on that. So, all right, guys, thanks so much for stopping by. As always, it's a great day to make a QSO. 7 threes, everybody. Make sure you hit that like button on the way out. Thanks a lot, guys.